So I was craving suya, but I was also craving ramen. So why didn't I be cheeky and put them together?
This is spicy. Oh, season your meat. I can't boil eggs, but this pan is raging hot. Peanut butter. I think it's so important when you're on a health or lifestyle journey that you have foods that you truly enjoy. Foods with cultural influence are my favorite. And just because they're healthy doesn't mean they have to be boring. Now this recipe is super high in protein and nutrients and is inspired by both cultures to make it exciting for you at home. Now don't worry, I got the calories, I got the macros, I got everything that you'll need. But this recipe should only take about 15 to 20 minutes to make, so let's get into it. But before you do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because you know, that's what it's for. Okay, so we're starting off, we are gonna go for a sirloin steak. Now you can pretty much pick any meat or protein that you want to within this dish, but because suya and beef go the best, that's what we're gonna be picking. If you're not in a calorie deficit or trying to lose fat, know that this meat cut is gonna get you a lot of protein and is higher in calories. But if you're trying to go leaner, maybe go for a fillet, smaller size, or maybe even go for lean beef strips. Okay. So starting off, we got to season your meat. Now we're gonna use 3 magic ingredients. We've got your bog standard, salt and pepper, of course, because it'd be criminal not to. But then we are going to use suya mix. Now you can get this from any of your local African grocers. You can get them in the Asian supermarkets too. But honestly, this goes with everything. You can see that I'm almost done because I use this often. So we're just gonna season both sides, flipping it over. Little tip, please make sure your steak is room temp. You take your steak straight out of the fridge and start cooking it, it's not gonna give you the texture that you want. Now as for the suya, it is a very fine powder, so I would say putting it on and rubbing it into the meat is gonna be the best thing that you can do. Just like so. What does Ainsley Harriott said? Rub your meat.
Give your meat a good old rub.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Give your meat a good old rub. So when that's there,
Spicy meat.
so now that's there, we're just gonna leave that to the side to cook for later. First bit's done. Now, the second step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the broth. Oh wait, I forgot the egg. This silly egg. 6 bomber clad egg.
With 3 pussy clad thing there. How much egg you fry? 6 bomber ass clad pussy bomber blood clad egg. Me can't support you no more, Stephen. What's this ugly fucker? Make the nice guy, I don't want the world to see you look a dead dog. You make the nice.
Okay, what am I doing now? So with this broth, we are gonna use an array of spices and seasonings, but you can pretty much season your broth however you want. We've obviously got the suya as the main star of the show, which is gonna be within the broth. But one thing that I've seen a lot of people use is peanut butter. Some people agree, some people don't. I've seen on TikTok a little bit of controversy, but we're gonna use some peanut butter today. So for the base, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use tomato puree, garlic puree, some paprika, a little bit of ginger, and then a little bit of garlic powder as well. I like it garlicky. So you want this to come to a heat that doesn't burn the puree, but we'll get it into like a bit of a paste mixture. Now don't worry, I do have all of the measurements and things that you need. I got them for you. But you're just gonna wait for this to come to a bit of a high heat. You're just gonna wait for this to warm up, and whilst you're doing that, get your kettle on. Now I went all around Tesco, finding which noodles that I wanted to pick, and I just went for these Itsu restaurant ramen ones. You can use udon noodles, you can use whatever you want. I just prefer them a little bit skinny. And now if you are again looking for a lower calorie alternative, you can use vermicelli noodles, you can use rice noodles. To be honest, it's your ramen bowl, sis, do what you wanna do. Okay, so we're gonna start off with about 20 grams of this, so a large tablespoon. Then we're gonna do about half a tablespoon of garlic, a small teaspoon of paprika. Oh, the floor got the lids on. Get off! A little bit of ginger, and then just a sprinkle of garlic. So now that you've got that as your base, all we're gonna do is just move it around the pan until it gets into this like thick, like consistency. My God, if you could smell that. If you could smell it! I think it needs to be a little bit higher. This is when you wanna add in your hot water. So slowly adding in your hot water now, all we're gonna do is give that a nice little stir gradually, just so it's not lumpy. Boy, that smell. That smell is it. That smell is what I want. Anyone find it hard to know like how much water you need to put as like a ratio for things? This is why I'm not good at cooking rice. The job was to do jollof rice today. I said, nah, I'm not doing that. Okay, so now we are here. We are gonna go in with our stock cube. You can use Maggi, you can use whatever you like. I'm gonna go for a beef-based one, just because I'm sticking with the theme. We're just gonna crumble this in nice and slowly. Did anyone grow up on like OXO cubes? I swear my nan used to literally put an OXO cube in a cup, put some hot water in it, and would drink them together. It was crazy. So now at the start of the show, we're gonna go in with some Africa Finest peanut butter. Now you can use whatever peanut butter you like, girl. It's your ramen, but I'm gonna use this one. Ugh, please. Why is it always something? Oh man. Okay, so if you are on a gym or fitness journey, by the way, please make sure you're weighing these things out. An average tablespoon is about 15 grams of peanut butter. Easiest way to do it though is get your weighing scales like this. No, wait. Where are they? Easiest way to do this though is get your weighing scales down, pop it on, press on to reset it, and then you just go from the minus. So if I take this much out, that is about minus 15. All you lot saying, oh, I'm only eating 1,200 calories. Are you weighing? You're not weighing.
Period poo. And when I say period poo, I'm not talking about like city girls period poo. No, it smells like period poo.
Okay, so we're just gonna stir that all in before we add the noodles. Now, whilst we're doing that, we are gonna move on to cooking our steak. Now, depending on how you like it, I like my medium rare. I am a person who does 1 minute each side twice, 4 minutes in total. If you like your steak well done, I don't know about you. Don't know, but it's your ramen bowl, sis, so cook it however you want. Okay, so before the noodles go in, we're gonna do a little taste test. Oh. So I'm quickly gonna weigh out about 100 grams of these noodles. And then all we're gonna do is reduce that to a low heat so we can focus on the steak. Pop these on in here. Now, if you want to, you can obviously grill your steaks to reduce the oil. That is absolutely fine. I don't have one, okay? So we're just gonna do it the way it is. So into a pan, we're just gonna do a tablespoon of olive oil, and then it is time to grill the steak. And it is time to fry the steak for 2 minutes each side, medium rare. Now, before we fry off the steak, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up some of the veg that we're putting in there. Do we know what this is? This is spicy. You do not have to use Scotch bonnet, but if we're going for traditional seasons, we're gonna go for this. So just chopping them all into small little pieces. You can do however much you like. You know, for years, I didn't know that you could like eat a little bit further from the top. Like, are you actually meant to use these bits? You're not, right? I just feel like there needs to be more onion of the spring, you know? I'm not trying to kill myself today, so I'm only gonna do half of this. Okay, so this pan is raging hot. This is gonna be a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Let me just lower that a second. Wow. So yeah, 1 minute each side, and then it's pretty much done. Smoke point. 25. Guess I'm gonna set the fire alarms off. Can you open that window? As if we've just set the fire alarm off. Can't have nothing. I'm just cooking my suya, you know. Leave me alone.
Time when I come here, I am abused.
Okay, we're good. The steak is done now. Can I have my chopping board? So without setting the place on fire, my God. Mind you, this is my first time doing cooking content, so let me off. The steak is done and we're just gonna leave that to rest. So back to the broth. We are just gonna pop in these Scotch bonnet and then half of our spring onions. I like texture within my ramen, so I'm gonna keep some of them a little bit raw and sprinkle them on the top. Now the moment of truth, guys. Is the steak the way we want it? Little tip though, if you're doing ramen, because the heat of the ramen bowl is gonna continue to cook your meat, maybe do it a little bit less. Let's see. So now our meat is done, we've got our broth. I did want to throw in something a little bit different here. I was thinking we use the juices from the steak and fry off some okra. Do you know how long it's been since I've been creative with meals? I've just come out of like a 4-month diet, and towards the end of it, I was just rinsing and repeating the same foods. So I'm just gonna chop these in half and straight down the middle. I feel like everyone's kind of mixed on okra. Like some people like it, some people don't like the slimy texture, but okra water is so good for you. They call it like nature's collagen. Apparently it lowers your semen count though. So because this pan is raging hot, we're just gonna give it a moment, a little memento. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them face down so they can go inside the ramen bowl later. And now time to get the egg.
6 eggs.
I'm gonna say something and you're probably gonna laugh at me. I can't boil eggs. I don't know how to boil eggs properly. Every time I boil an egg, it just doesn't work the way it needs to work. It's not runny in the middle, it doesn't. So if you've got some tips on how to boil an egg well and properly, please let me know. Even poaching eggs is a disaster for me. It's either fried, omelette or scrambled. I can't do nothing else. Now there is no problem putting it in the same pan as the okra. It's not gonna affect anything. And we're just gonna pop that there and let that work its magic. Now because we're going a little bit fusion, I am gonna put some sesame seeds on top of the egg just to add that little bit of a nutty flavor. I love sesame seeds on everything, man. And then we can start plating this up. Now all we're gonna do is just sieve out the noodles first and then you can pick how much broth you want. I like quite a lot, I like it to swim. Ugh. I am literally the clumsiest and messiest person ever, so this could be a disaster. Transfer it. And this is my favorite part. Let's get that juice. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, this looks so good. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on the steak. Presentation with ramen is what makes it look so good, right? One of the best places I've ever had ramen was in the Philippines and the sushi too. It is next level over there. Now, if you like the fatty bits, you can put the fatty bits in. Me personally, I'm not a fan. And then by the looks of it, our okra and our egg is done. Honestly, if you are someone who is really strapped for time, ramen bowls are literally like one of the best things that you can do. They're always high protein. You can cook them in minutes. You do not have to spend a lot on ingredients either. And you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. Yeah, this looks banging. So egg is on, and then we're gonna go for the okra. And then all of those spring onions that we left to the side, I'm just gonna sprinkle them on top. And because I like to put green shit on the top of all of my meals, we're gonna add a little bit of parsley to finish. And there we have it, guys. We have our SUYA beef ramen bowls with some okra, because why not? I'm not gonna lie, I've been waiting for this taste test. Let's move all this, because that's gonna be in the way, innit? Okay, so we're gonna get all of this. Little bit of noodle, little bit of steak. Boy. Minister of enjoyment. Oh my God. The broth gives it like a nutty, peanutty texture. The beef is just like, SUYA seasoning is the goat. Oh my God. Let's try this broth on its own. Let me see. It's mad. No, it's actually mad. Oh, the Scotch bonnet gets me though. Honestly, I actually think this is just the right spice. Half a Scotch bonnet was enough. But if you do like spicier, use the whole thing. Do what you want to do. Honestly, guys, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. And you know what I love? This is so high in protein. You can put whatever you want in there. If you want to throw some pak choy in there, you can too. But this is actually one of our recipes that are gonna be inside our new recipe book. As you know, Mentored by Maya is a coaching community that coaches cultural women to lose fat, see the results that they want in the gym, or be on a health journey. And we do that all without restricting your cultural foods and finding foods that you truly enjoy. If these meals are something that you think you would enjoy and you want to try it yourself, just know we've got a lot more recipes coming. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button, girl, because how are you gonna get the recipes if you're not subscribing? Do you wanna be in it? Yeah, I want you to be in it. See, one thing though with cooking videos, I hate when they don't let the camera team try. So we're gonna let the camera team try. Go on, taste that.
I'm gonna go home and cook this. You need to cook this.
Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want some more recipes, we are gonna be releasing a couple more. But this recipe is my recipe. All of the other recipes that we're gonna be releasing are inspired by our clients. And what did I say? Fusion those meals. SUYA and beef go together hand in hand. See you later.